Hey, what's up guys? We are back at again with the Ebarb Rush event. So there's going to be a challenge sometime soon, I don't know when, but here's the event. And basically what it is there's no deck to build, unfortunately, so you're going to have to go into your regular decks and ruin a couple decks to create some decks for the challenge. So we'll be breaking down a few hypotheses that I will have for this challenge. Obviously, we want to make sure that you guys attempt your best times. And we're going to be using cards that can counter Elite Barbarians pretty effectively since they spawn in the back, at least from what I read in the challenge. Really quick, Elite Barbarians rush into your arena and attack your enemies. More Ebarbs spawn throughout the match as Elixir ramps up. So likely it will spawn in the back, and then you're going to have Elite Barbarians rushing at you. So what do you want to run? You don't want to run win conditions like Electro Giant, Hog Rider, anything that has to break through Elite Barbarians, probably going to be absolutely miserable for you as the game ramps up. So instead of doing that, let's run cards that can lock directly on tower, or like a skeleton barrel that will fly over it and then lock onto the tower. And then Elite Barbarians, they don't really do so well against bait cards. So I feel like log bait decks and graveyard decks are going to be the way to go. If you guys find any other decks that work well for you, let me know down below in the comment section. But the two decks that I am going to be playing are log bait and graveyard today. The first one is going to be a graveyard freeze deck. And we've got bowler to knock back the Elite Barbarians. Always make sure that you're dropping your bowler directly in front of your tower instead of like in the middle, because if you drop your bowler in the middle, it'll push the Elite Barbarians closer to the tower, which is horrible. So the premise of this is just a fast card cycle with guards, Dark Goblin, things that can't activate King Tower, and then Tombstone and Bowler with guards just to distract and dominate the Ebarbs themselves. When Ebarbs counter push for you, or you've got a Bowler counter pushing, you can go for a graveyard and then a freeze, and maybe just, you know, wreck your opponent and steal the game. That's the first deck. The second deck is going to be a log bait deck with Bowler and Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower because if your opponent's going to end up having like a balloon, you want to make sure that you can finish it off and still shut it down for a pretty good trade. I don't want to be losing to a balloon freeze decks, so we're going to have Snowball, Ice Spirit, Firecracker, and then also Bomb Tower. You could replace this for Dark Goblin if you're really struggling against balloon decks, but I think Firecracker is going to be the best deck against, or best card against Elite Barbarians, because it always gets knocked back, giving you more value. So the double win conditions of the Skeleton Barrel and Goblin Barrel, if your opponent is going to be running Elite Barbarians or has Elite Barbarians spawned for them, then obviously they're not going to do so well against the Goblin Barrel, and you can push away the Elite Barbarians with the Snowball. And then also on top of that, the Skeleton Barrel, when it connects to the tower, it's going to give you a lot of value. Bowler and Firecracker fare pretty well together because the Bowler knocks back your opponent's units, while the Firecracker knocks back herself, so then obviously your opponent's going to struggle to ever be able to find a way to defend that. So the last deck is Splashard. You could run Knight or Valkyrie instead of Skeleton King if you don't have Skeleton King. And you can run Barbarill instead of Skeletons. I chose to run Skeletons just because I want a quicker card cycle. I want to spam more graveyards. And then Ice Wizard is going to slow down my opponent. The Baby Dragon won't get touched. And then you got really good air defense with the Ice Wizard and Baby Dragon. So the reason why I like the Skeletons again is the Barbarill just doesn't feel like it's going to do much in this challenge. And just cycling a little bit quicker, cycling more Baby Dragons, more graveyards, it feels like a better decision. So these are the three decks that we have in the challenge. We're going to be testing them out, rating them, and finding out which is the best one by the end of the day. So let's jump into the action, test them out, and see which one will be the best deck for the challenge. And if you guys have different suggestions and different challenge ideas, let me know in the comment section, and I'll test them all out. And then when the actual challenge goes live, we'll be finding the very best deck for that as well. If there's any adjustments or adaptations, is the word. Wow. Sometimes early in the morning whenever I do these streams, I just can't talk correctly. It's like adaptation. What is that? Is that a word? I don't know. Do you have a second channel? Yeah, I do. It's called More Tag if you haven't checked that out already. So seems like a lot of opponents are going to be running the similar strategy as us. They're going to be running a lot of bait cards, or going to be running Bowler, and cards that are pretty good into Elite Barbarians. So we're going to go for a Dark Goblin here. As you guys can see, we don't have a good answer to Fly Machine, but I wonder if that will be a bad thing for us. If we can't finish off the Fly Machine, that could be a problem. So we're going to go in for guards just to guarantee that the Dark Goblin wins that interaction. I could have graveyarded there. I just didn't feel like it was a necessary thing. I could graveyard on the right-hand side with Ebarb, so I'm going to go in for the Bowler directly down the middle, as I was talking about before, and then we're going to go in for the graveyard because I think I can get a really good freeze here. So if we can freeze, our Elite Barbarian's not going to get knocked back by the Bowler. So that was the premise of this deck. Your opponent's going to use Bowler to go and counter the Ebarbs. Obviously, if you go in for a freeze, you're going to get a huge positive elixir trade. And then, you know, we're going to flow through with a lot of value on the other side because the Bowler is going to go and connect to the tower. Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind, Bowler. You want to troll me. I see how it is, bro. I see how it is. So obviously, you can't let your Dark Goblin die, so I'm just going to go and protect that a lot with my guards. And then we can use our Bowler to knock back the Ebarbs. So if you're noticing one thing, my Dark Goblins, even though that's the only counter to the Fly Machine, it is always finishing off the Fly Machine. So I think that's a pretty big benefit for us. He's going to go for a poison, so it's an aggressive strategy for him. We're able to get away with just a tombstone on defense, going for a guard surround on top of the bowler, probably with our own bowler. We'll see if that works out, but probably should, so I'm not too stressed about it. I'm not panicking out here. You're panicking. All right, so we should be able to go in for an Ice Spirit on top of the Fly Machine when it gets closer. Oh, he's going to have arrows for the Dark Goblin. That's a bit annoying. Not going to lie, I'm not expecting to do that. But we still haven't taken any damage. As you guys can see, this deck is actually really good, so I'm vibing with it. The unfortunate reality is the guy's going to have poison, so maybe it's going to be a little bit more problematic as the game starts to ramp up, but it doesn't look like it, so we're going to walk away with a win. So the guy ended up having Graveyard counters with poison. He ended up having bowler counters with a lot of Fly Machine spammed. And then he also ended up having good counters to our Ebarbs that are spawning in the back by his tombstone and bowler. But he still got stomped, and it wasn't even close. So yeah, we took 400 damage, and that's it. Pretty funny stuff, as you guys can see. I think that this deck is rather solid. Can there be improvements? Can there be advanced iterations that would work better? You guys let me know down below in the comment section or in the chat, and I'm willing to take any of your guys' improvements or advice to heart. Bowly is so underrated. Yeah, you guys hate Bowler, though. Every single time that I post a video with Bowler, you guys hate it. Like, straight up despise it. I don't know why. I'm not sure if you addressed this, but you can't NATO the spawned Ebarbs to the King Tower under most circumstances. Your own Ebarb will barely spawn in time to block that. Oh, really? That's crazy. This seems recorded. I just read your comment, so easy. Disproven immediately. Sometimes people have these conspiracy theories, and I'm just glad that, you know, I can disprove yours immediately, bro. First time catching your streams, the best Arena 16 deck after the balance changes. The best Arena 16 deck after the balance changes is going to be the Splashard deck. I'll post it in the chat. I've made a video on it already, so in case you guys don't already know, type in SirTag 6,500 trophies. Or 6,500 SirTag. All you have to do is type in 6,500 SirTag, and then the best deck for this meta, if you are trying to play a new deck, this is the best deck for the new meta. I just spammed it in the chat. It's a really easy deck to play, and it's been around forever, so you won't be stressing about that. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Dawson. Appreciate you being so nice to me, brother. Usually, I don't see that in the early morning. People are like, Jake, you look dead. But Dawson's out here saying, Jake, you look nice and handsome today. It doesn't happen very often early in the morning. Usually my brain is on delay, and it's working out well, you know? We're vibing. Today is built different, apparently. I would go for a Dark Goblin and an Ice Spirit to make sure that Ebarb isn't going to cause us too much grief. But it's cool that Smurfblade just came into the comment section or in the live stream chat, and he's like, yo, Jake, wait, the bowler! It hit the tower once. That's nutty. Why would you ever run Royal Recruits in this challenge? Are you trying to give me more targets, bro? Like, what's going on? That's pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, Smurfblade said it's near impossible to activate King Tower with Tornado against the Ebarb. Because when this Ebarb spawns and gets closer to my tower, then my Ebarb will be there. So notice how this Ebarb would immediately block that Ebarb. It's really, really hard to activate King Tower. So if you're using Tornado in this challenge, it has to primarily be a defensive card instead of something aggressive. This freeze is likely to be pretty good because if we're able to catapult more stuff on his cannon cart, then it's worth it. So 4 Elixir freeze allowed our Ebarb to guarantee the kill on top of the cannon cart, and then we got so much damage. Genuinely, I think freeze is the real MVP of this challenge, and then Graveyard is just there to finish off the game. Like, for real, that's what I've noticed. I love the fact that my cycle is so fast. Like, I'm getting so many positive Elixir trades. His cards are just not as good as ours on offense, because he's not using freeze to cheese. Freeze is really good when you get built-in free units to like capitalize on the elixir trades. Like, since I'm getting free Ebarbs, all I have to do is drop a 4 elixir freeze, and then I get a good trade against him. I'm gonna do the exact same thing again. Unfortunately, it kills my Dark Goblin here, but I should be able to finish off the bowler, right? Such an overpowered card in this challenge. People that are not using freeze don't know what they're doing, is what I'm trying to say out here. Or maybe they're just trying to have fun and then they get stomped by a deck that isn't very fun to play against. Maybe the second thing is more of a reality, actually. I think my deck probably just isn't that fun to play into. All right, we're going to go for guards here as well. We should be able to finish off the cannon cart quite easily. And then, oh my gosh, wait. We're going to freeze here. Freeze cheese, baby. Freeze cheese, baby. Yo, the freeze cheese. It allowed me to take the tower reliably because he couldn't knock back the bowler. He couldn't hurt my bowler out here. Let's go. This is crazy. I think we have found one of the best decks for the challenges. There's no doubt about it. Do you like this game mode? Well, it's really fun to win a lot of games, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Generally, I don't like spawning game modes just because spawning game modes seem a little bit less creative than the regular stuff, but it's fine, you know, like sometimes they're going to have uncreative game modes because they have so many creative game modes in the mix. I think all the other game modes before this, the recent ones, like the Rock Barbarian, I thought that was so cool. I also even thought Boosted Fields was awesome. I don't know, guys. I just want to see more challenges like that, and hopefully they can continue to experiment and add new stuff. Genuinely, I'm happy the fact that they end up having, you know, I don't know. I'm glad that they have different game modes. If they have anything like, you know, once a week they'll have different game modes, that's kind of, yeah, it's okay. Twice a week, even if one is uninspired, I'd much rather have the mix-up and the switch-up. You guys let me know down below in the comment section. Would you have less game modes, but like really high-quality ones? Or would you end up having high-quality ones mixed in with older game modes to just have variety? For me, I would have more game modes and variety if there were some less good ones. Just because, I don't know, I just enjoy that. I enjoy that vibe. So right now, I'd have to rate this deck really, really high. Have you seen Goku mod in Clash Royale? No, dude, I have not seen the Goku mod. I assume that I would probably... Yo, I heard Goku mod. I'm like, Goku mod? Does he like Super Saiyan ban people? And then I realized that it was modifications to the game. And I think that OJ made a video on that. I'm surprised that he did. But I guess he was able to do it from TikTok instead of showing like the modifications live in a YouTube video. If you did the modifications live in a YouTube video, I'm pretty sure OJ would get banned. So yeah, that's like, he definitely did it from like a third-party source, essentially, like watching it instead of doing it. All right, wait, do we go in for a graveyard here? I could freeze. There's a lot of different things that I can do. I think going for guards here is optimal. Freezing could give us some extra damage, but I'm not going to do it. Especially since we're getting some nice trades here anyway. Oh, I want to freeze so bad. I just need to freeze. Please, cheese freeze, baby. Oh, no! If that got one more hit on the witch. Dude. Dude, that's brutal. That's brutal, man. That doesn't feel right. Get that out of my sight, bro. All right, we have to somehow defend this. I think we can with the Dark Goblin. If my Dark Goblin doesn't die... Oh, no. Wait, he arrowed nothing. I trolled him, guys. I knew my Dark Goblin was gonna die. I just wanted to invoke mental warfare right now. You guys know me. I'm a slippery sir. That's what's up. That's crazy. All right, this bowler placement is suboptimal at best. Oh, he's got poison too. Interesting. Anyway, we're winning the game right now by quite a large margin again. I beat graveyard bowler decks every single time, even when they have arrows. I guarantee you there's some YouTuber that suggested running arrows bowler with ebarbs spam. And like, this is definitely a deck that people have consistently played. It's kind of funny. I guess the skeleton dragons are a bit of a nuisance now after the buff. I definitely want to cycle more bowlers. I think that's going to be our strategy here. Bowling. Alright, I guess we're going to go on the right-hand side maybe. We'll see if we can make that happen. We're going to go for a freeze here, go guards. And then, I'm going to graveyard left. I'm going to graveyard left, no doubt about it. We have so much stuff coming at him that I feel like that's the necessary precaution. You can also go in for like skeletons here and then body block and then graveyard freeze. And this might win us the game. I don't know, guys. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty spicy. The fact that you can make those type of plays and just play so aggressive with this deck because the cost of the cards are so cheap, really, really fun. He's going to bowler. I guess we're going to bowler as well. And then we're going for skeletons just to pull back his stuff. And that skeleton surround was so good. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it kept the bowler not hitting my bowler. And then we were able to knock back his stuff for a little bit longer as well. It was solid stuff. I'm going to freeze on defense just so I don't take any damage. He used his bat, so that's good for us. We can cycle back to another freeze, which is probably the most beneficial card in this game mode. Because there's so much crap on the map, right? There's a lot of crap on the map. You want to just make sure that it can't attack you. And freeze is the best methodology of doing that. Alright, we're going to do this. We should be able to knock back his stuff pretty easily. A lot of stuff coming at me, but it's aight. Maybe it's not aight. I don't know. Should be fine. Oh, yeah? Crazy game, though. Like, there's just so much crap on the map. I think spells get really good value here. Imagine if I had poison too. Another thing I was thinking about. You don't even need like a tank with your graveyard a lot of times, guys. So that is something that most people do not know. Alright, we're just going to do this. And we're going to go skeletons here. We're going to go for an ice spirit. Should be able to shut down all this stuff without too many worries. The graveyard again. We're going to be able to follow through with another bowler if we want. I think he's... Oh, he is back to poison. That sucks. Not really the vibe that we were looking for, but it is what it is. Good freeze value. Can go for another ice spirit here. With tombstone on defense. Graveyard again. Freeze again. I'm not going to freeze on defense anymore. I'm not about that life. We're going to freeze on offense. We're just going to get the damage. Might as well. Might as well get that, get a little bit of cooking out here. A little bit of cooking. Yeah. Should have been a faster win, but unfortunately the guy had poison, so it just took a lot longer, you know? You feel me? We just got that nice, easy, dominant W in the later stages where we're able to out-cycle him because he's not going to be back to poison because the cycle is slower. And we will walk with the win, so... Solid stuff. Honestly, I do think that Tornado might be okay in this challenge as well. Because, like, hypothetically, right? Let's say you go in for a Tornado and you follow through with the bowler and you're able to Tornado their units closer to the tower. The bowler can lock onto the tower and hit their units. For instance, if this guy ended up having bowler, it would have worked really well for him. You have guac today? I did not have guac today, man. I did not have any guac. I was thinking about having guac yesterday. Guac's so expensive, man. I feel like you should try to incorporate arrows into this deck so you can have some extra crowd control. Yeah, arrows could be spicy. We'd also run Rage as well. Rage freeze is not bad. And it rages up the Ebarbs too. What if I run Rage instead, honestly? Because like the graveyard, I think Rage probably cooks a little bit more, man. I want to try Rage because Rage Ebarbs. Like imagine our opponent goes in for minions, right? We freeze the minions and we rage up our Ebarbs at the same time. It's OP. You look like Goblin. Dude, thank you, man. I've never been called that before. I'm glad that I'm able to evolve into the Clash Royale battlefield. What's a good deck for Grand Challenge? A lot of decks on my YouTube channel. The last like 6 or 7 days, I've been uploading really good decks that you guys can play regardless of your skill level. Just learn how to play those decks and you'll push up. Does he still do 1v1 against viewers like B-Rad? Yeah, I do that. I definitely do 1v1s versus viewers. If you subscribe to the channel, if you beat me in those challenges, I end up giving pass Royale. So yeah, if you want to subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for, you know, 1v1s against viewers. I do it once a month. So obviously it's unlikely that you're going to be around for that, but if you turn on notifications, maybe you'll be around in time. So I typically play it for around an hour and a half, and then I jump into sponsored content, and then I give away as many pass Royales as you guys beat me. So yeah, it's kind of fun. What's the best Royal Recruit Cycle deck? Royal Recruit Cycle. I don't think I've ever done that before. Dude, you're giving me ideas, man. I haven't done a Royal Recruit Cycle deck yet. I want to do it. I really, really want to. Oh yeah, and that's the interaction. Notice how the Ebarbs like meet in the middle, so you don't really have to respond to the Ebarb. My Ebarb's going to get in front, so you don't even have to counter the Ebarb. You don't have to drop something in front of your tower. So that's a nice interaction to know. And I'm going to go for skeletons here because I don't want to deal with the baby dragon though. And the baby dragon's going to lock onto my tower, which feels really awful, but it is what it is. We're going to go for a graveyard on the right-hand side, and then we're going to go in for a dark goblin, and then we're going to freeze. Oh, he's got poison. Not looking good. Not looking good. Yeah, this guy's going to have arrows too. Makes sense. Probably the stronger strategy to play. Probably a very strong strategy to play, bro. I'm going to go bowler here just so then his bowler locks onto that. I could go for a rage. I just don't feel like it's necessary. And we have a lot of crap coming at him. So we're going to go for a graveyard freeze. And we'll see how this works. Not looking spicy. Not looking nice. Oh, that was a terrible Dark Goblin. I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, I'm inting. I'm griefing out here. This guy's played a little bit better than me. This might be our first loss of the day. I hope it doesn't happen. I don't want to lose. He acknowledges that he plays well and drops the piggy emote. All right, all right, all right. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, he's got 2 spells. Oh, this is awful. This is actually how you get cooked. Baby Dragon's so good in this challenge, too. No cap, Baby Dragon is absolutely insane. Alright, we're gonna do this. Fireball just keeps fireballing my tower out here, guys. Just keeps fireballing me. That baby dragon is a massive nuisance. It's a menace. It is a menace. The fact that he just stays alive and I can't kill it because he just arrows with my Dark Goblin does not feel good. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. I'm probably going for a Graveyard Freeze on the right-hand side. Just want to get him to spend Elixir, to be honest. Bowler here. We're trying to get positive Elixir trades, but it's not really cooking. Not really cooking. Okay, I guess we have to go left-hand side and just all in. Alright, let's see if this works. Probably takes so much damage on the right from the bowler, but I gotta try this, you know? We out here. We're in desperate, tired times, guys. So I guess if we play into someone that's gonna end up having 2 big spells, they will just simply out-damage me. Oh, wait, my bowler locked onto the tower. That's kind of huge. That's kind of big. Not gonna lie, that's definitely dope. Maybe his card cycle is gonna be screwed up. I don't know. Nope, that was unfortunate. I should have just cycled back to another graveyard and then used the freeze on that, but now I have a bad card cycle, and now I'm definitely dead. We're gonna freeze one more time and just see if it works, because we do have like raged up skeletons on his tower. He's just gonna poison fireball me. I look like I lose. I genuinely think that this strategy is like not bad though. It's not bad though. It's not bad though. Oh, let's go. Let's freaking go. He thought he cooked me, and then he ended up shook. That is a W, guys. That's what we like to see. Genuinely, I think we've found the strategy. Rages, what's up? Thank you, Smurfblade, to tell me to put in arrows, because I was thinking, like, we can't just run fast cycle cards and not get damage, because eventually we're gonna play against people that have poison, and then have a lot of distractions, and we can't break through with our ebarbs. We got to get more damage with our graveyard, and you were 100% right, man. We got to end up having a way of getting it. So we needed something, whether it's bowler plus tornado to get that extra value, or going in for the rage with the graveyard skeletons. It pops off and does so much extra damage. Let's go. Golden Knight need a buff? I think Golden Knight's really good with tornado, so I wouldn't buff it. But I don't know, man. Golden Knight's just the worst champion by far. It's really good with tornado, but it's not great. W content as always, my guy. Keep up the good work, says Kung Fu Andrew. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the $2, and thank you for the good vibes. You the best. Also, you guys let me know down below in the chat what you guys have been up to. What's life been like? I love reading all the comments and just figuring out what you guys are up to, because it's nice to connect with you guys every day and just see your guys' life evolve. Like, some people are like, yo, I went throughout high school, I graduated, I got into college, and I'm like, damn, like, I've been on this journey with you. And I have people like that every day. Like, for instance, DTN always ended up hitting me up with whatever he was doing. He's like, yo, Jake, I ended up graduating. I ended up going part of the marching band, and I had these tests that I was able to complete, and I ended up feeling really good about myself. So like, it was cool to just always see his journey and see how he evolved as a person. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys ever want to talk to me about your day in the comment section, it's always a vibe. Anyway, jumping back to the games, this deck that I'm running right now is just going to be log bait. So my next strategy, I'm thinking, this is kind of small brain, big brain at the same time. Log bait, hard for elite barbarians to counter, for sure, right? Ebarbs don't do so well into it. Firecracker bounces itself back, pretty solid strategy. Skeleton barrel, goblin barrel, those get pretty close to the tower quite quickly, and goblin barrel gets directly on top of it. So I think this deck might be really good for the challenge. Only reason I have bomb tower is it's good against ebarbs, but it's also, most importantly, really good against like a lot of spam, especially against like balloons and stuff like that. It's got very high health. It's one of the best. Actually, it is the best building in the game right now by far. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is by far the best building. Better than Cannon after the Cannon nerf. Yeah, Heal Spirit just gets cooked. Just doesn't do much. I've been going for a Skeleton Barrel on the right-hand side. I kind of want to run Rage instead of Snowball now, because Rage has worked so well for us before, and it's fun. Rage is really fun. Snowball's good, though, because it knocks things back. So it's either Snowball for practicality, Rage for more fun. Yeah, we're going to go for Skeleton Barrel again. Notice how it's just going to give us value all the time. Ebarbs get in front, so you don't ever have to worry about that. It's just straight vibes. All right, we go for another Goblin Barrel here. And then the bowler stacking up is a nuisance, so stacking more bowlers than your opponent could be a strategy. Also, going for fly machines to cannibalize bowlers might not be a bad idea. If you rage up your ebarbs, then they'll get onto the tower before the ebarbs of your opponent attack it. Another strat. Wow, this guy is really getting cooked. He is straight up getting cooked out here. So yeah, I didn't really give a rating for my last deck. So I think with the rage, it would probably be a 9 out of 10. Like, I think that last deck, when you incorporate rage, it's a 9 out of 10. The only weakness is like arrows plus fly machine, but even then, I still stomped those decks, and it wasn't that close. So genuinely, I really enjoyed the last deck I played. You guys let me know down in the comment section if you vibe with it or not. I think it was pretty good. Stacking up firecrackers and bowlers, what could be more annoying? What could be more annoying than the deck that we're currently playing? I don't know. It's really fun though. It's super fun. The bowlers though, it's hard for us to counter those, isn't it? Really difficult for us to counter the bowlers. Oh wait, the ice spirit. And the bowlers are stacked up so my bowler can lock onto them. Wait, this is kind of working. Are we making it happen? Let's go and split up our stuff. The reason why I'm not dropping it all on the same side, so then he's going to be multitask, and then he also doesn't necessarily have enough elixir. Oh, he's still got 2 small spells. That's really unlucky that he had double small spells. Let's be real for a second. How often do your opponents end up having double small spells? Wait, what if we ran freeze? Because then we could freeze our opponent's bowlers and then ebarbs on the tower. That might work really well with this deck because it's so spammy. And then you have freeze with you have freeze to keep your bowlers and stuff alive a little bit longer. Or even tornado with the firecracker and bowler. There's a lot of different things. I think snowball is probably the worst thing. I think that tornado is probably better. Tornado on defense is really clutch. Really good on offense with bowlers. Yeah, I think I'm going to try tornado instead of snowball. And we could run a faster cycle instead of skeleton barrel. Then we just spam more stuff, more bait cards. I don't know what you guys think about that. I think it could be a vibe. Alright, we're just going to keep spamming because that's how this deck works. It should be a GG, a well played, and a thumbs up as a wise surgical goblin once said. Actually, it's going to be really hard for us to counter all that crap. Wait, do we win? Yeah, I just need to cycle 2 bowlers and we're fine. But yeah, he's using tornado on offense, as I was talking about. But then he lines up my stuff right next to the tower. It's a bit of a nuisance, but not the end of the world. GG. I don't think our deck's bad by any stretch of the imagination. I just, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the snowball here. What should we do with the snowball? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Hogs aren't good against bowler. Hogs suck in this challenge. If you guys are trying to run, like, anything that tries to break through, you're going to lose every game. You can't run Electro Giant. You can't run Giant. You can't run Hog Rider. You can't run Ram Rider. You can't run any of those cards, all right? So, straight up, you can't do any of those. Not going to lie, I don't want you guys to have a bad experience, all right? So, don't even test out those cards. Not going to work. Yeah, we were thinking, what can we do to cook? So we can run Tornado instead of this, and then it gives us more offense with the bowler. I don't know if that's smart. I have no idea. But I'm feeling Rage is more fun. I'm thinking Rage or Freeze. Rage or Freeze. Either one of those will likely work really well. So we'll be testing both of those out and find which one I like more. Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon's really good in this challenge. You look tired? I just have genetic under eye circles, man. That's just how I'm always going to look. I wake up, I have a lot of sleep, and yeah, man, I'm happy and healthy, and I wouldn't change anything about my life right now from that perspective. Like, definitely there are things that I do struggle with. I was thinking of, like, making a video about that, like, some of my struggles and some things that I'm personally working on, because you guys don't get to see all that stuff. A lot of you guys think that I'm, like, a lot of you guys think that I don't have issues or don't have any problems in life. I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool to have, like, a transparency on that, because I saw KFC making videos on those, and I was like, wow, that's really cool to be able to talk about that. And I related to almost all of the things that he was talking about. I was like, dude, I feel like those are really common stuff for content creators. I was like, damn. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about talking to you guys about some, like, real life stuff, or just things that I was thinking about in general. I thought that would be really cool. So you guys let me know if I should be doing stuff like that on my second channel, where I talk about concepts and things that I was thinking about. Like, for instance, like when I watched a TV show with my girlfriend, there was some type of commentary that one of the creators, or not one of the creators, but one of the contestants said was about, like, how she deserved to win, regardless of, like, how her own performance was. And she was like, I'm just better than this guy. I'm just better than this contestant, so I should win. But in reality, she just didn't have the full picture of every single thing that she needed to, like, I don't know, win the contest. And it was like, you know, I feel like you shouldn't feel entitled to win things and compare yourself to yourself and compared to comparing yourself to others. Like, for instance, I could give that clip and then talk about it and be like, you know, this is something that really inspired me a little bit. Or I thought about this for a solid, like, 5 minutes. And I was like, you know, I think talking to my audience about that would be pretty cool, too. I have no idea if you guys would be interested in that type of stuff. But, yeah, whenever I read stuff on Twitter, a lot of times the life hacks are just total trash. And I think it would be kind of fun to talk about, hey, I tried these, they suck, they don't work. And then maybe talking about the 1 out of 20 that I read that actually pops off and is actually beneficial to me. I don't know. I don't know if you guys would ever care about that or would want to hear that, but struggles, things that are fun, things that I think just randomly, I have no idea if that would be interesting to you guys. But definitely something that's been on my mind. When you have spare time, read Jeremiah's super chat maybe after this game. Yeah, I'll check it out after the game. Also, we got totally stomped. I did not pay attention to this game at all. So one of the main weaknesses of this deck, not enough anti-air answers. We're just going to say GG and well played to our opponent. We'll jump on to the next one. Let's also try out some different decks with like Baby Dragon and Fly Machine because they seem like strong strats. So Jeremiah says, use this deck. Firecracker, Arrows, Muskie, Log, Fireball, Bomb Tower, Ice Spirit, Ice Golem. Focus on keeping the Firecracker alive and spam. I'm not a huge fan of the Muskie. I'll put in a Fly Machine and try it out, all right? How about that? How about I try like one of your card combinations and put in a Firecracker instead of Musketeer? This deck worked really well. I thought this was like a solid 8 out of 10. Not very good against people that have Fly Machine though. As you guys saw against the Fly Machine player in the last type of games, where was it? How many Fly Machine players did we play against? Okay, I don't want to leak my videos. But yeah, this Fly Machine player, we were still able to win with our Dark Goblin because it outdamaged the Fly Machine. Firecracker, it doesn't. It doesn't really do as well against Fly Machine when they've got arrows. That is one thing that I've realized. So definitely a weakness of this deck. It's cool to experiment with different decks during this challenge, or I guess during this event, and figure out what works and what doesn't, because we have no answer to Fly Machine in this challenge. 0 with this deck. So strong strat. All right, so let's test out your strat, Jeremiah. I think it could be kind of fun. So your idea was Firecracker, Arrows. I'll try it out for a game and see if I like it. You also had Fireball in there. Fireball does kill Fly Machine, so that's kind of cool. Bomb Tower, Ice Spirit. We already have Ice Spirit in the deck, so that's good. And Ice Golem. I'm not a huge fan of Ice Golem, man. Reason why Ice Golem is going to be bad in this challenge is because you're not really going to be able to kite things with it. Because there's units everywhere, right? So it's not a good card for the challenge at all. So if I were to change something here immediately, you don't really have like a Wink Edition. From what I see, it's just keeping your Firecracker alive. But what if they have arrows for your Firecracker? I'll play it for a game, but I don't think it's going to work that well. Maybe I can spam a lot of Fly Machines. If you want to really spam a lot of these cards, you should also remove the Ice Golem and just put in Skeletons or something like that. And then like Bowler instead. So I'll try out your strat, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Like I'm going to make sure it's a little bit better. So let's do this. All right. So let's try an improved version of your strategy. We're going to run Bowler because it's a great card to just cycle. Bowler is one of the best cards for the challenge. Firecracker is OP. You guys already know Arrows removes Firecracker. Fireball for our opponent's Fly Machines and other air cards. And then we're going to have Skeletons, Ice Spirit just for a faster cycle. And then Fly Machine just because it's a fun card to spam as well. We're going to try your strategy out with some improvements. And yeah, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. I think that's why you run triple spells. I don't think Log is very good in this game mode either. I think Arrows, Rage, Snowball, Tornado, those are a lot better. I thought Log might be okay, but it doesn't seem like it's giving you that much benefit. So we're going to drop our Firecracker, and then you see Arrows is it immediately. That's kind of the problem if you have a slower card cycle. If I was running your deck with like Log and cards that wouldn't allow me to get back to another Firecracker, it could be a conundrum for me. I'm going to Arrows on top of the Dark Goblin. Oh, wow. The Ebarb really just shut it down. That's kind of crazy. I wasn't ready for that. I did not expect that to work so well. The Ebarbs will always get in front of your tower to protect it, so that's always nice. Maybe he doesn't want the Ebarb protecting his tower, though, because the Bowler will lock on, right? It's a nice vibe. He's going to end up having Mega Minion. I definitely do want to go for a Firecracker here. Mega Minion will fall, and then we can get a... I think the Barbarian gets down in time. I'm not sure. I got to go Skeletons, unfortunately. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to do that. All right, we're going to go for a Fly Machine here as well, off to the side. And we're going to go for a Bowler as well. So, generally, I don't like doing this, but I think it's pretty good. We're going to go in for arrows to keep our fly machine alive just a bit longer. And then, oh, wait, I thought I was going to target that. Damn. All right, we can go for skeletons and then maybe even go for an ice spirit. If the bowler locks onto that, that'd be huge. Ice spirit freezing those ebarbs so we can get extra damage with our ebarbs is pretty nice. You know what? I do like the concept of just spamming firecrackers. Like, it is not a bad idea. We're going to fireball here so we can get a good interaction. And then we're going to keep our ebarbs alive a little bit longer. And then we're going to firecracker directly on top of his electro dragon. I think the other dragons and the other air cards are just inferior to baby dragon and fly machine. And then, you know, just spamming those cards are just way better. Fly machine and baby dragon are superior in this challenge. There's no doubt about it. They just stay alive longer, and the electro dragon isn't going to be resetting anything anyway. So the cool thing about your deck is the fact that you're able to spam a lot of firecrackers. The bad thing about your deck is it takes forever to win against people that are a little bit better at the game, right? Like, this guy is definitely decent at the game. He's not giving us too many opportunities to break through because it's taking a while. We have to break through with brute force. We don't have a win condition. We don't have log bait like we did in the last deck, and we don't have graveyard that immediately locks onto the tower. So I would probably rate your deck right now as like a 7.5 out of 10, maybe a 7. Could be an 8 depending on the matchup if your opponent doesn't have arrows for the firecracker and no fireball for the fly machine. But yeah, you had Musketeer originally. I don't think Musketeer is good in this game mode at all. Musketeer just dies to ebarbs eventually, and also bowler. It gets knocked back by the bowlers. So since bowler is everywhere, I just would never run Musketeer in this challenge. Hopefully this helps you out though, if you were looking for something similar. Alright, so we should be able to cook on this. We're going to go for skellies as well, go for an ice spirit, go for a fly machine as well. But yeah, also, I just wanted to say, like, there are so many awesome creators in Clash Royale. Like, I'm going to be real with y'all for a sec. There's just so many great people. Like, I think KFC is a great creator. I thought that what he said and what he did on his, like, I don't watch videos. I don't watch Clash Royale content. I don't even watch his videos ever. It just randomly popped up in my feed, and I was like, damn, you really hit home with some really good points. Also, there's just like a lot of other awesome creators like Ian and Riley, and these guys are just popping up. It's cool to be a part of such a cool community, because a lot of other games that I'm looking at, there's just drama everywhere. There's a lot of creators that just live for just, I don't know, just creating not so good stuff, you know? Like, every single thing that they do is just always about, what can I do to get the most views? Everyone here feels like they're trying to make sure that they have sustainable content and get views, but they're also trying to create content that they're proud of, and that, you know, every single time that I look at a video, there's a purpose, right? There's not just spammy content. It was really cool. I'm super happy to be a part of this community. Is one thing that I want to say. I didn't really say that very often, but our community is awesome. Advice for exams, I'm really nervous. Yeah, so the best way of dealing with exams for me was, I personally wasn't a huge fan of taking exams. It was never something that I looked at. I was like, yo, I love this. But whenever I tried really hard before, and I just made sure that I studied as hard as I possibly could, then I wouldn't be nervous in the exam because I knew that I did everything I could. The way that you got to look at it is not be like, will I succeed? Will I end up having a good outcome? You can't control that. You can control how hard you study and how hard you do, or how hard you grind. If you grind really hard, you study extremely hard, then you can't change anything else but that, man. You can't get upset about things that you can't control. For instance, if you get super sick or something and you get like some type of unfortunate health thing, you can't like be upset at yourself unless you did something like, you know, you ended up smoking like 20 packs of cigarettes a day or something like that. I don't know. Like, that's just one of those things. Like, sometimes random things happen in life and you can't control it, bro. You can't control it. And you just got to manage the best you can with your exams and your school, and just try your hardest, and whatever the outcome, be proud of knowing that you did your best. That's the thing that I've realized with Clash Royale videos, with exams, anything that you can't necessarily control, try your hardest, do your best, and reflect on your mistakes afterward and be like, is there something that I could have done to improve my result? If there's yes, then you do that for the future, and then you vibe with that. Don't stress too much about things that you are just going to be wasting time on. That is something that a lot of people do, including myself, and it's hard to preach this and be like, yo, I do this all the time, because I don't think anyone does. But it's just a mentality to have in the back of your mind, so then you're set up for doing that more often in the future. And that's the way that I'd like to look at it. I try to put myself in a position where I practice the practices a little bit more often, then my life is better. So yeah, I just wanted to shout that out as well, because I feel like a lot of gurus or people that talk about, yo, watch, do this all the time. Like, I do this all day. They don't actually do this all day. You know, it's kind of like the same thing as investing people. I don't know if you guys know investing people on YouTube, for instance. Most of these guys like hyper shill investments, and they're like, yo, I made so much money off this, you can too. Or in reality, if they made so much money, they probably wouldn't be selling a course for like $100, being like, yo, subscribe to my course for $100. They wouldn't need that money because they would make so much money off their stock picks, for instance, right? So like the gurus that end up saying, yo, change your life this way, a lot of them, you know, they just made a lot of money off of YouTube or their courses, and then they have a better life based off that. And it's like, you know, just be real with people. Don't say that, you know, don't do that. YouTube, for instance, wanted me to make content, I think, on courses and stuff, but I didn't want to rip anyone off, you know. I'd rather just make videos on YouTube if I wanted to. It's kind of cool that way. One of the things that I really enjoy is, like, I like making videos and just being like, wow, I can make money off of, you know, the huge corporations that sponsor me. They pay a lot of money, and if I do that, then I don't have to rely on, you know, selling things to my audience that would be, you know, just really problematic. I'm not about that life ever. It's kind of cool to be able to say that I don't have to do that. Yo, thank you for the $30, Carter. Says, love your live streams. Keep up all the great content. Thank you, man. Thank you for being a part of the action here, brother. So Executioner is interesting. I don't think that it's as good as Bowler. I also think Skeleton King sucked compared to Bowler in this challenge. The fact that Bowler just knocks back the Barbarians so you don't have to deal with them and you procrastinate your problems for a different day is actually a vibe. I like that a lot more. All right, we're going to go Tombstone here, and we're going to go for Ice Wizard as well. I love your videos. They're always so positive, and I love your vibe. I'm a huge fan. Thank you, man. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I try to be as positive as possible. Am I always positive? The answer is a resounding no. I try to be as positive as possible. I generally am really happy about things that I should not be happy about, which I think is a good thing, because then, I don't know, you're more likely to have a better life, right? But yeah, I genuinely am not always happy all the time. For instance, when I was going to Helsinki, going to Finland, I was stressed out as hell. Like, I was looking at the airport, I'm like, bro, I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. And I was just stressing. But I definitely wasn't happy because, like, the lines, for whatever reason, they were... So I thought it was 30 minutes, and it ended up being like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I just sat in line, and I'm like, bro, come on, get this stuff right. Don't, like, end up, like, messing with me like this. I hate when lines have an expectation of, like, 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and it ends up being double or triple that. Especially, like, for restaurants, because it's a sunk cost, and you're like, well, I already waited this long. But for airports, especially when you're like, well, am I going to miss a $1,000 flight? Because, you know, I had a flight going to Finland, and I was like, I can't afford to miss this. I came to the airport 3 hours early. I want to hear you curse. I do curse sometimes. You've definitely heard it in videos before, live streams specifically. Like when I lost the 20-win challenge, I think I dropped the F-bomb. You guys can go type in SirTag 20-win challenge, and yeah, I swore. I like got rank 40 player in the world, or top, I don't know, rank 20 player in the world, rank 40 player in the world, and he hard countered me, and I was 19-2, and I went 19-3, and I was like, I just dropped it, man. I was like, I couldn't control it because it was just, you know, it was authentic, right? Like it's what it happens sometimes, right? You have a really bad experience, and then stuff like that happens. Usually, I don't swear very often because it's I don't know. It's something that my girlfriend, my family doesn't really like. So it's been easier for me to also not do that on YouTube because I've been working on that. But, you know, it is what it is. I think swearing generally is unnecessarily offensive in some situations. But, hey, it happens. I have 3 exams tomorrow, and I think I'm going to fail one, says Morty. Nah, dude, take it. You know, go study right now. Don't watch this video. Don't watch this stream. Go and study. Go and do that, bro. And, yeah, come back to me later. Come back to me later. All right, so let's try out a different type of graveyard deck, all right? Let's see if we can cook something up real quick. Because obviously, graveyard is really, 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 really good. That is the one thing that we've realized. So far, the Dark Goblin graveyard deck that I created here is the best deck that we've played. This is really overpowered. You just keep spamming graveyards because you have a quick card cycle and you win. Let's see if we can make something better than this. This was a 9 out of 10. The other decks, they didn't really work very well. You got to run Bowler. And Dark Goblin is way better than Firecracker because everyone just arrows it, and then you're not able to kill fly machines, for instance. So, let's think. Let's see if we can cook something up real quick. Are Skeleton Dragons good? Or do they suck? Because they're going to get arrowed. Let's try it. Let's try Skeleton Dragons. Let's try some other bait deck. And maybe we can do something like this. Put in a Bowler as well. Bully. Where's the bully? Oh, there he is. How could we ever miss your big, purple, beautiful face, bro? You're just mixing in with a rage. Wait. We got to put them together. They're match made in heaven out here. All right, so we want to end up having either arrows, rage. Yeah, we got arrows in there. We could probably put in like another card like fly machine, right? All right, so this is our strategy. Lots of distractions, lots of good vibes. Lots of cards that our opponent doesn't want to face. I think this might work. So we'll test this out and see how it works. We'll see if we can cook with this. See if it's actually going to be good. Video idea. Take a classic Clash Royale deck and switch out a win condition to troll ladder. You the best. Oh, I've done that a lot. It's actually really fun. It's super fun to create a deck and then make sure that our opponents have no idea what the heck we're doing. Also, Carter, I didn't give you a proper shout out for $30 donation. Thank you so much, man. $30 is absolutely whack. I do appreciate that, man. And all the money that you guys do donate, it goes back into my edits, it goes back into my videos, and it makes the videos better. So I did want to shout that out for a split sec because a lot of you guys don't know this, but all the money that, you know, I get from sponsors and donations, they go directly back into the channel. I take zero money from that. And if you're wondering, how do you live? How do you feed yourself, Jake? Are you even eating food? Yeah, I eat food. Yeah, I take care of myself. I'm able to do that simply off of the Google AdSense that I get. The Google AdSense is the, you know, the ads that you see endemically playing inside of the videos. So if you get a video, or if you get an ad before the video starts, that's the money that I sustain myself with. So those are the ones that, you know, the skippable ads, those type of things, those are the videos. That's the stuff that I make enough money from to live off of. And yeah, a lot of you guys don't know this. I do YouTube full time, so I'm very fortunate, very lucky to be in a position that I'm able to do that. You know, the funny thing is if I did Brawl Stars, I don't know if I would have been able to do what I do right now. I don't think I would be able to have as high quality editing. So I don't know how the heck Kairos does it. The CPM for Brawl Stars, for instance, for like, for whatever reason, the viewer demographic doesn't spend as much money as Clash Royale. Probably less pay to win. I don't know. But yeah, the Brawl Stars people make way less money. So it's hard to afford really good editing because sponsors will want to pay you less money. And then the ads on Google will also want to pay you less money as well. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, we're in a really lucky position. I wandered my way into one of the better games for monetization. And then also ended up wandering my way into a position where I found really good editors and wandered my way into a game that I literally enjoy playing. So all three of those things happen. And then I started creating content daily and I'm like, wait, this is a dream come true. I like doing videos on a game every day and I can get paid for that. That's like freaking incredible. Which 90% of YouTubers, if you guys didn't know, they all hate the game that they play. Every single person that I talk to that isn't like inside of Clash Royale, they all hate their game. Maybe not Brawl Stars. I haven't talked to many of those guys, but like a lot of people from like Minecraft or whatever, they're just like, bro, I hate this game, but I'm stuck on it. I can't leave. Or Clash of Clans, for instance. They're like, dude, I can't leave my dumb base builder. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I can't relate. Hopefully Clash Royale doesn't mess up their game. Hopefully they leave it as is and they keep making improvements on it because I'll keep vibing with it then. Enjoy your day. You once told me we have dog names, says DJ Gangstars. Oh yeah, if your name is Jake like me, everyone's just going to call their dog and they're going to scream, Jake, Jake. And then you're going to look around and you're going to be like, damn, it's just a dog. And they weren't calling my name. Especially for me because I'm like, wait, someone recognizes me. I get that like little bit of happy like endorphins. I don't know what the word is, but I feel real good. I'm like, yo, I'm important. And then I'm not. It's a dog. And it's like, damn, that's ruthless. Can I be mod? I've been to every stream this year, says Daniel Kai. Yeah, I mean, hey, if I see you in the chat more often, then I'll do it. Main thing for mods is I got to see you helping out in the chat. Helping out, you know, if someone has a question that I've already answered, if you like at them and then give them a response, it's super helpful. Oh man, I just moved to Seattle from Mexico. I've been watching your videos because I love your content. It helps me improve my English. That's cool to hear, bro. That's really cool to hear that I can help you improve English. It's always something that I like hearing because it's like, do my videos actually give practical like help? You know, like I know it gives enjoyment for a lot of people. But yeah, it's even cooler to hear that I can make someone's life a little bit better for when they understand it. What are you doing, dude? What are those? That was actually, that was an interesting play. You don't know what you're doing, do you, sir? That was not the strategy that you should have done. Wait, if we rage this up, I wonder if our Ebarb wins this interaction and then also does a lot of damage. Oh, Inferno Dragon. That's a bit of a conundrum for me, isn't it? Let's go Fly Machine. As long as the Ebarb takes the damage, then we're fine. It does. That's a good Ebarb. Wow, you're gonna use the freeze cheese. I don't appreciate that. You're stealing from my strats, bro. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Tombstone's got such a long pull radius. If you guys didn't know, spawners just pull for a much longer distance. SirTag cursed? Yeah, of course I've cursed, man. I don't really do that in my videos because it's unnecessarily rude in a lot of situations. And the people that I live around don't like it. I hate playing Ebarbs. Hey, dude, I like playing Ebarbs. I think they're just a fun card. For me personally, I like challenges that are fast-paced and have a lot of spam because it's chaotic and it's more fun that way. And if you have slow and boring challenges, I just can't do it. I will never really enjoy playing slow and boring challenges. Maybe you guys will say it's a slow and boring challenge because it's not even an Ebarb challenge, it's a bowler challenge. There's going to be someone in the comment section that's going to say that, and maybe you're right. But for me, I feel like it's fast-paced enough where I can make a lot of outplays, and there's a lot of units on the map, so I'm never really, like, not looking at anything, you know? Unlike the Super Archer challenge that I'm sorry, I just keep roasting every single time I do a live stream. I hate that thing. It's the perfect thing to just beat up on and be like, yeah, no one loves the Super Archer challenge. And there's going to be someone again, comment section that says they love it, but, you know, you're the one and the only. You're the one and the only. Dude, can we have the Skeleton Dragon splash onto something? Why are they so bad at splashing, bro? Why do they not know what they're doing? Oh my gosh, the Bully Boy! He hits the tower. That's so satisfying. Yo, I think this deck also slaps. This deck might be better than the other one. This deck might be better than the Dark Goblin deck because it's easier to play. This guy's really running Balloon. My man's really out here running Balloon. It's not even bad, though. It's doing work. That Balloon put in work. But the bad thing about his deck is, if you guys haven't noticed anything, or if you haven't noticed, oh, we could run Balloon Freeze. That could be really fun. We could make a better Balloon Freeze deck than the one that he's got. Probably the strategy, honestly. Let's go Skeleton Dragons here into the same side that he's going to go in for his Balloon. And then we just Graveyard, and then we poison, we win. This guy is done. It was a lot of fun, but now it's done, sir. So long, sir. All right, GG. So yeah, the issue with Balloon is it doesn't immediately get on the tower, so it's just going to get cooked. But here's the thing. If you run Balloon, it's not going to get damaged down by the Ebarbs. And hypothetically, if you're running it with Freeze, you might be able to do whatever you please. So, this deck, I think it's a 9 out of 10. Maybe a 9.1 out of 10. Slightly better than the Dark Goblin deck. I don't know. The Dark Goblin deck clutched up against a Poison deck. I don't know. I think the Freeze is actually slightly better. Oh, man. Hard to choose. Anyway, we're going to switch it up and swerve us a little bit. And don't mind if I do, guys. Don't mind if I do. Let's try this. Can we cook, or are we going to get shook? Lumberjack sucks. Don't run it. It's just going to die to the Ebarbs. You might as well run the Rage, because the Rage doesn't die to the Ebarbs, and it's 2 less Elixir. So let's run Rage instead of Lumberjack that's useless, and it limits our potential, because then we don't have as much Elixir for the Freeze plus Balloon, which already costs 9 Elixir. 11 Elixir is way too much. Lumberjack, Balloon, Freeze is everything, and then you would probably lose your tower to a Graveyard on the other side, like our opponent did. So his concept of his deck is cool. The execution is just terrible because he's just running like a built deck for regular 1v1s. Like the Inferno Dragon, Electro Dragon, those are useless cards, bro. Useless, I tell you. And you ran them, so. The fact that the game was close when he ran a useless deck, it shows me that the deck has promise. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, wait. Ebarb splashed onto my tower there. It was the first time that happened. Not looking good. Okay, I think we probably do have to freeze here. Yeah, that's worth it. It's interesting because the Ebarb hit my tower there. I didn't expect that to happen. Maybe the first Ebarb will hit the tower. Maybe the first Ebarb will hit the tower, and then it increasingly spawns faster. That's probably it. That's it. Because now his Ebarbs are going to get hit. But the first Ebarb is the slowest one to spawn, so you have to respond to that, maybe. You guys let me know. I have no idea. Or does this one hit my tower too? It hits my tower too! Dang! That's weird. Okay, so he's going to have Fireball. Totally fine. We're just going to do this. And we're going to go in for this. And we're going to rage. And watch as he rages. Because he's going to be angry. We rage, you rage, we all rage. Let's go! Wow, this deck slaps. Wow, this deck slaps. Oh my gosh, guys. Guys, I think we cooked up something spicy. I think we might have cooked up something super significantly spicy. Oh my goodness. Is this the best deck for the challenge or not? Am I dumb? I might be super stupid. You guys let me know. This seems a little bit broken. Bloon is so good in events because air-based is never expected. Yeah, and if you run air-based with, like, you know, the bowler one with a slow and clunky card cycle, you're never able to defend against the Ebarbs or bowler. And the deck sucks. And that's the deck that everyone's going to be running because no one has innovation, right? Here's another thing. Here's another hot take that will probably people won't like. But 90% of people in this world are just wanting to follow things instead of creating things. And I'm one of them sometimes too. Have you guys ever been in that situation in life where you're like, you know, I don't really want to figure this out. I want to like rest my brain. And my girlfriend got mad at me sometimes. She's like, you know, you could just like figure it out instead of Googling it. You could just use your brain like a couple extra steps. I'm like, but, you know, Googling is like at the tip of my fingers. It's a little bit more fun to just be done and then move on to the next thing. So people build this pre-built deck that is absolutely awful for the challenge with Lumberjack, Inferno Dragon, and like Electro Dragon. These cards are so sucky. But, like, I guess Bar Barrel too, right? Those are useless. So they don't really think about it that much. They don't build a better deck. And then they're stuck with this deck for the challenge. If you just thought about it a little bit more and played the challenge, you could come up with something like this that has Skeleton Dragons. And then also the Fly Machine that are so much better because they kill the Ebarbs. They also stay alive longer. They've got nice Fireball bait. Like, this works awesome, right? I don't know. I think that's just like a situation for me as well where I just learned, like, I don't like thinking sometimes. and from the behavior that I see from people in Clash Royale as well with these challenges, a lot of times they don't like thinking either. Fly Machine is so underrated. Yeah, Fly Machine's broken. It's a really good card. I haven't played Clash since 2017. I found a video of yours randomly and started playing again because of that. Good luck. Thank you, man. Happy to have you here. Please do the Trash or Treasure thing. Yeah, I already created a video on Trash or Treasure. It will be out soon. It will be out soon. How'd you get so good at this game? I'm not even that good, man. I'm just a top 1,000 to 2,000 player in the world. That's my skill level. And it will not be improving anytime soon because I just mess around and enjoy my games. Freeze is so good. Look at how much damage I'm getting with my bowler now. I could have raged that up for even more value. Honestly, I feel like I should have done that since Skeletons and Fly Machine will perpetually give me good trades. So it's about winning battles so your Ebarbs can stack up while your opponent's Ebarbs get shut down. Oh my gosh. This guy's a feisty fellow. Well, that was a frivolous elixir investment, sir. Alright, I'm thinking we cook with Tombstone, and then we go for a balloon, and we freeze. The reason why I want to freeze here is because I'm going to just hold all of his units in place, so our bowler is able to get extra more value, and we're able to go in for a rage. I also said extra more value, guys. Yes, English is definitely my first language. No big deal out here. I'm not that stupid, I promise. Alright, we're going to go in for a Fly Machine, and then we can go for Skeletons, maybe? Yeah, let's go Skellies and go pull the Ebarbs. What are we doing? Balloon? Oh! Let's go! You already know that you're in for something bad, bro. We're going to rage up our Ebarbs with a balloon. This is so OP. Balloon rage with... oh my gosh. I built such a good deck for this challenge. No cap. This is where it's at. This is 1,000,000% where it's at. Yo, you guys get to experience what decks are going to dominate the challenge early on when we figure this stuff out. Isn't it a vibe? Isn't it fun, like, running through all the possibilities, figuring out what sucks and what actually works, so then we don't waste our time in the actual challenge when it pops up. So if you guys have Pass Royale, you don't care, obviously. But for everyone that doesn't have Pass Royale, you want to be running this type of deck because people lose to it so freaking fast, and they don't know how to defend it. So the premise of it is defend a little bit, figure out when you can go for a balloon with Elite Barbarians, and then rage plus freeze with your balloon and Elite Barbarians at the same time. And if you do that, it's likely going to be unstoppable. And then if you want to win a battle at the river, you can do that with a freeze. Your Ebarbs will give you extra value. Since there's so many units on the map, the freeze will give you more value. Spells will give you more value when there's more units, just intrinsically, right? In single elixir, when there's less stuff, you're not going to be able to hit as many things with your freeze and remove their ability to play the game. But when they stack up like 10 or 15 or 20 worth of elixir, then your freeze is going to give you monstrous value, especially since you have so many units on the map, so you can take advantage of that and remove their units because you have so much damage per second. So this deck, 9.5 out of 10 for me, Chief. 9.5 out of 10 for me. We're going to play one more game, and then, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So yeah, if you enjoyed this as well, guys, if you enjoyed me going through all the games, like the video. It's the best way of supporting me for free. Like the stream, best way of supporting me for free. If you guys want to do that, feel free to. No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you vibe with me and you want to support me for free, that's the best way of doing it. Also, subscribe to the channel because I put out a daily video at 3 p.m. Eastern every single day. Or I'll be live streaming. And as I said before, if you're subscribed and you get notified when I do the subscribe versus me challenge, subscribers will be able to, well, I guess anyone that watches, you don't have to be a subscriber. You just have to be a part of the chat at that point. But subscribers get notifications, so then you'll be more likely to get it. But anyway, if you play against me and you beat me, I will be giving you Pass Royale. So even if Pass Royale gets inflated to $10, I'll still be doing that. I'll still be giving away $10 to you guys or whatever it is. I think it's like $7 or $6 right now. So that's a vibe. So I'm pretty happy about that. Liked, thank you, man. Appreciate the support. All right, so let's see if we can cook out here, or if we're going to get cooked. Fly Machine is not doing so well against the Dark Goblin. See, Dark Goblin is good. Dark Goblin is way better than Firecracker in this game mode, because a lot of people are running air cards, and Firecracker just does not deal with them effectively. The unfortunate reality that we must face here. Yeah, he's got Firecracker too. Watch. Watch, it's just not going to do what he wants. It's just not going to do what he wants. It's not even targeting on the stuff for a long period of time. That was a radical difference between the Dark Goblin and the Firecracker there. Firecracker was still good. It just wasn't near as good. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to space out our Fly Machine and then make sure that we can go in for this. Maybe go in for a Rage out here. I don't know what those skeletons were doing. I don't know what those skeletons were doing. I don't know what those skeletons were doing, guys. Oh my gosh. Dark Goblin, stop hurting my feelings, bro. I know you're not in my deck right now. I know I said this deck was better than the Dark Goblin deck, but that one really freaking hurt. That was painful. That was actually painful, bro. That did so much damage. All right, let's balloon here and then just win because he's not going to be able to stop it. It's not possible. It's impossible. All right, does Rage end up killing the Dark Goblin? It does. Very nice. That's going to take his tower. All I have to do is defend for the rest of the game. Easier said than done, though, right? Oh, it didn't take his tower. Dang, that sucks. That's actually really rough that it didn't take tower. Firecracker's going to stay alive. Rough. Oh my gosh, the Electro Dragon's actually doing something for once in its life? No way. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. It's inconceivable. Alright, we gotta rage this so we can get some extra damage to the balloon. He's gonna have to fireball that. If it just gets death damage, I'm vibing. Okay. Wait, are we both gonna lose our towers? Yeah. I don't know if I can take his tower though. I don't have elixir! Ah! Oh, it's our first loss. Dang. If I played that better, I would have won, actually. That match wasn't that bad. I just didn't play super well. Also, I think that if you play against someone with Fireball, Poison, Electro Dragon, Firecracker, and Dark Goblin, that's an inordinate amount of air answers, right? That is 5 out of 8 of his cards being anti-air answers. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, especially, I don't know, man. Not necessarily a bad deck from our opponent by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a deck that counters us. That's not really a vibe. I should have won that one if I played better. The good thing about our deck is it does have good outplay potential. Anyway, that was pretty funny. Play a meme deck now. I'm not going to do a meme deck for this challenge, unfortunately. There just isn't that much meme stuff. Don't end on a loss? Oh, don't worry, man. I never end on a loss. Actually, that's a lie. I've ended on a loss in videos before. Just because, like, you know, just for transparency's sake, when I run really bad decks, like when I run the meme decks, like worst deck in Clash Royale, I'm not going to be able to always win all my games, obviously. So, oh man, this sucks. The fact that I have to do this tombstone to go and stop that. Oh, it pushed the prince off. I didn't even know that. Wait, that's so cool. If a prince is on your tower, you can drop a tombstone and push the prince off the tower. That's so sick. Yo, guys, I was defeated right there mentally. I was like, no, I'm going to lose another game because I didn't have the right card cycle. And he went in for a prince at the river, and I didn't have my tombstone or skeletons. Such an awful feeling to not have the right card cycle when people do that. This is not a vibe, you know? Anyway, still really fun stuff. I think I'm going to oscillate between running this deck and then also the graveyard deck. I think these are both really fun. He's going to lose his rascals, so I don't really know what he's thinking right now. He's definitely ready to get cooked and shooked. Yo, he's dead, right? He can't stop this. No. Can't stop this. Oh my gosh! What? Seriously? You gotta be joking me right now, man. You're the only person in Clash Royale that's running Rocket in this challenge. No. Why can't my balloon stay alive, bro? Come on, man. It's okay. It's okay. It's always calculated out here. Always calculated out here. I think. Yes. Get out of my house. All right, we're going to go skeletons here so the prince doesn't lock onto anything important. Sorry, skeletons. I don't care about you. We are going to be able to finagle through our prince and then also go in for skeleton dragons here as well. Looking pretty good. Definitely looking a little bit spicy, though, because the guy is going to go in for a aggressive princess of the river, so we got to go in for a freeze to retarget that. It's the only way of making it happen. Stop the bleeding. The prince is mad annoying, though, guys. Dang, I hate that card. All right, fortunately for us, we can go for a bowler. I think the prince is smart, though, right? Because if everyone's running ebarbs, and the ebarbs are going to get knocked back by a bowler, and the prince doesn't get knocked back. Mad annoying, man. Mad annoying. Goblin Barrel is smart, though, as well. I was running Goblin Barrel earlier. That deck was really cool. I thought that was definitely a fun deck for the challenge. There was no doubt about it. Balloon has to take the cake, though. All right, we're going to go skeletons here. Let's go Balloon in the middle and then freeze on his king tower. Just get total demolition. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's just see if we can take all this stuff. Rage plus freeze kills the Rascal Girls. If you didn't know, that's a new interaction for y'all. New interaction unlocked. Wow, we would have 3-crowned him. He had just not enough anti-air answers. So, bro, if 5 out of the 8 cards that you're running don't counter my balloon, you're probably not going to beat me. I think that's the thing that we've learned. 5 out of the 8 cards need to beat this deck. So he unfortunately had 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to count Goblin Gang. I'm not going to count Goblin Gang as an anti-air response because it's not a true anti-air response like a Dark Goblin, Electro Dragon. But yeah, he had 4 cards. He didn't have the magical 5, which is something that you probably won't see very often. Even if he ended up having 5, like let's say he ended up having an Inferno Tower in his deck, I still think we would have cruised through because the Ebarbs would have distracted the Inferno Tower and it would have been hard for him to win. So yeah, guys, it was a lot of fun. Huge thank you to Super as well for dropping a Subarino or becoming a membership, a part of the memberships on the channel. Love you, man, and appreciate you, Super Nord. Appreciate you a lot. Anyway, guys, I'm really excited to be able to complete these challenges and these events as soon as they come out. So if you guys want to be a part of that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, if you do that, then you'll be notified when I go live with the next event. Every single time that there's an event in game, I'll be breaking down the best deck to complete the event and just having a lot of fun chilling with you guys as we figure it out. And then when the challenge happens, obviously, I'll be running the best deck throughout it. And last time, I think I won 14 games in a row, completing the challenge without a single loss. So hopefully, we can show you guys decks to that caliber every time. Love you guys. I'll see you later, and have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for chilling with me and helping me improve the decks today. And we came out with a really good one by the end. Like, this is incredible. People don't answer balloons. So that's what we're going to be running in the challenge most likely. So peace, love, and positivity, no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.